Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Gray. Live out here in Phoenix, Arizona. Amateur photographer. By no means am I doing this full time. It's just something I like to do, take away the stress after a long work week. I just want to make a quick video on how to how to do in basically how to make an HDR looking photo without taking an HDR, a true HDR. I guess a true HDR in simple definition would be taking multiple shots, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, and then basically overlapping them and merging them into one photograph in software post processing. I've never done that. I have about 1,200 photos on Instagram right now, and a few people have made some comments that my photos do look like HDR, but they truly are not. Basically, I'm going to go over real briefly how to make an HDR looking photo without doing the bracket process. Let me get this here. Whoops. Pardon me. Hit the wrong button again. Nice. Okay, there's the after. All right. Okay. So when I imported the photo out of my camera, this is what we had. Basically, this area up here, the brightest part of the scene, is what I metered for. I usually keep my camera in spot metering so I can do this process. And then, as you can see, the foreground, buildings, everything in there is way underexposed. But the sky back here is perfectly, it's a nice exposure. It didn't get blown out, so to speak. So, after doing these steps, there's not that many steps that went into this, I ended up with this photo. The main key to get this look is when you get into your develop module up here, and this is Lightroom 5. Obviously you can see it, but just to acknowledge, it's Lightroom 5. You get in your basic panel. Your basic panel, let me show you real quick what the basic panel looks like. Okay, this is the basic panel when I first imported the shot. Basically what you do is you take your shadows and you move them all the way up, and you take your highlights and you move them all the way down. That's how you're going to get an HDR looking photo. Let's set these back. And I just ruined the history of it. Very nice. That was a snafu on my part. Well, lucky me, I get to re-edit this photo to get it looking how it was. Anyway, so that's basically what you do is you take your shadows all the way up and your highlights all the way down to get your HDR looking photo without doing an HDR. Let's see here. As I mentioned, I do have an Instagram account. Feel free, if you love for you to say hi or follow me at Brandon Naz, BrandonInaz. That previous shot, by the way, was shot on a Nikon D5300. I since recently, in the last month or so, ended up getting a Nikon D700 along with some new lenses. This is one of the shots I took just last weekend with the new D700. I should say new to me. It's not a new camera. They were released back in 2008. Real nice DSLR though. Let's see, there's some more. But hopefully everybody's having fun with their photography. It's a good way to get out there and, like I said, take some stress out. Recently started taking some macro photography. Here's one example. Got a new macro lens, a Takina 100mm f2.8. It's a great macro lens, and they're only $380 brand new. The Nikon version of which is a 105mm macro, it's like $1,000. So you be the judge. 380 versus 1,000. Easy decision for me. Here's one of my favorite places to shoot from in Phoenix. A little bridge down there. Actually, it's the same bridge that the first photo that I ended up ruining. This is shot in this is facing north. The one with the ice skating was facing south. So, nice little spot there in Phoenix, Arizona. I think I'm probably known most for doing long exposures, nighttime. I work so much that it seems like the only free time I have is at night, so I end up doing a lot of long exposures. Let's see if I find a couple more. There's one right there. I think this one was shot with the D5300. Great, great camera. Definitely recommend the D5300 to anybody who is certainly on a budget but wants a really nice camera. These are all shot with the D5300 and edited here in Lightroom. Here's one of the, if anybody's familiar with Arizona, the Superstition Mountains, up there in the probably about 15-20 miles east of Phoenix. Nice location. And just before I bore you all too much, just a couple more here. Later on, actually early next month in June, if anybody's in Phoenix, I'm fortunate enough to be able to, I had an invitation, I should say, to hang about 20 or so images at a local bike shop here. It's called the Velo Bike Shop. Real nice guy named Jason. He's the owner of the bike shop. Extended an invitation to me to hang some images in their shop, and they'll be in there from June until August of this summer. Real excited about that. Very, very, very gracious, and really good opportunity for me. Here's a couple more, then I will leave you guys. And one, this is one this took this a while. Whoops, sorry. Took this one a while back, but it's always been a favorite of mine for some reason. That sky, I just love that sky. Anyways, if like I said, if you want to follow me on Instagram, that would be wonderful. Stop by and say hi. It's Brandon in AZ. Until then, I appreciate you watching, and have a great night, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye bye.